Hi everyone, my name is Matthew. I'm a design engineer at Magic Mobility. I will be showing you how to change wheels over on a Magic 360. Now, before we proceed, it's very important that the wheelchair is powered off. Now we're going to talk about the tools that you need to remove the wheels from your wheelchair. The tools required for changing drive wheels include a cloth to wipe away any grease residue, a small flat blade screwdriver to remove the wheel cap, a breaker bar fitted with a 17mm socket to loosen the hub nut, a ratchet fitted with a 5mm hex bit. This is optional if you need to remove the rim from the hub for any reason. A torque wrench set to 50 Nm and fitted with a 17mm socket. This will be used to tighten the hub nut to refit the wheel. A soft rubber or nylon mallet. This is optional for tapping the rim to help loosen the taper lock. And waterproof grease to apply to hub and cone interfaces when refitting the wheels to protect components from rust and corrosion. So the first step is to lift the wheelchair off the ground so that the drive wheel is free to remove. Using your jack, slide it just in front of the drive wheel, underneath the wheelchair. Leave it downwards until the jack sits on the ground, and then your drive wheel is free to remove. To access the center hub nut, first you need to remove the wheel cap. That's held on with 3 magnets, and to remove that, using a flat blade screwdriver located in the small cutout, lever it away from the wheel, and then it should come away nice and easily. Set that aside. That'll reveal the center hub nut. Now to remove that, you'll need a 17mm socket attached to the breaker bar that we mentioned before. Locate that onto the nut, and winding anti-clockwise, the nut will come loose. Loosen the nut and it will come free from the motor shaft. Set that aside, and that will reveal the outer hub washer. Now that outer hub washer will come free with the wheel when we remove it. Now at this point, the wheel will come free. If there's any issues at all removing the wheel from the hub cone, a few light taps on either side of the wheel should break that bond, and the wheel will come free. So as that wheel comes free, the outer hub washer will come off as well. Set that aside and set the wheel aside. And that reveals the motor shaft. Now on the motor shaft is the drive key. Now that may come off with the wheel, so just keep that in mind that it might be within the wheel if you're not finding it on the motor shaft. And then you've got your hub cone. Now these 2 parts here don't need to be removed to fit additional wheels, so they can stay in place. Now, if there is any buildup of old grease here, you can use your cloth to wipe it clean. In this instance, it's ready to go for the next wheel, but if you do need to re-grease it, using a waterproof grease from your local auto store, and just apply a thin layer over the top so that there's the wheel comes free the next time you remove it. Now we'll fit the crossover wheel. Okay, so now we've come to the stage where we fit the crossover wheel to the Magic 360. Now a lot of our clients have 2 sets of wheels depending on the driving situations that they find themselves in. The urban wheels that we removed before are fantastic for indoors. The crossover wheels lend themselves very well to outdoor use, but also indoor use to their smooth tread profile. Now, before we fit the crossover wheel to the motor shaft, we need to make sure that the key and the hub cone are fitted to the motor shaft. So please make sure that that's the case and that key isn't within the urban wheel that we removed before. So to fit the crossover wheel, locate the drive wheel key slot in the hub and visually line that up with the motor shaft as we fit the wheel. So slide that on until it seats against the hub cone. Now the next step is to grab the outer hub washer, slide that over the motor shaft thread, followed by the center hub nut. Now screw this on with your fingers until it starts binding on the nylon. And then with your torque wrench set at 50 Nm and fitted with a 17mm socket, locate that over the center hub nut and rotate clockwise until the torque wrench clicks or indicates 50 Newton meters of tightening torque. Okay, remove the torque wrench. That center hub nut now is correctly torqued, and the final step is to grab the wheel cap, locate that centrally over the wheel, and let it click into place. And that is a Magic 360 crossover wheel fitted. With the wheel replaced, we're now ready to lower the chair to the ground. To do that, apply downward pressure as you lift the jack so you can control the descent. With the drive wheel in contact with the ground, now remove the jack, and the wheelchair is ready to be driven. Now, if you have any issues or have any further questions regarding wheel changing, please do not hesitate to contact us.